What is up, people? It is your favorite Gerald in the whole wide world, back again with another video explicitly talking about one of my favorite topics in the whole wide world, which is fear-based decision making, baby. Oh yeah. When I say that, most of you are probably like, wait a second, what? And my issue with fear-based decision making stems more from people going and making these decisions based on fear and then rationalizing them. And I'm someone who's done that myself. You know, everyone does it at some point in their life, and that's totally normal, it's totally okay. What's not okay is building a habit of it. Building a habit that's bad, always ends up pretty poorly. It goes in downward spiral, all that kind of stuff. And it's usually stems from making these really defensive-based decisions that keep you nice and comfortable, rather than making offensive ones that are leaps of faith or get you uncomfortable but have potential for results. So what I've found is that very issue. People are going and looking at things, whether it's coaching, whether it's marketing, whatever it is, for the real estate business, and thinking to themselves, okay, well, this thing costs money, or this thing might not work, or it might do this, and there might be this negative outcome, fill in the blank with whatever. Rather than being like, okay, well, if I do invest in this, or I do spend my time or whatever doing this, I could see this result. I could see this really positive result. I could grow my business exponentially. I could help people find more homes. I generally just do a better job overall for my entire business. Because a lot of agents have a real estate license because it's really easy to get, but it's more of a hobby for them rather than an actual job. Or not even really a job. I don't even want to call it a job because that's kind of a negative term, but a business that you're running. You can't have a business be run as a hobby because you're not going to get anywhere with it. Because how you treat it is exactly how it's going to treat you. And I can tell you from personal experience, every time I've made fear-based decisions, it always held me back and kept me in an uncomfortable position, a comfortable position at the time that ended up, being uncomfortable later on. Because how you want to look at it is, think about yourself 5, 10, 15, however many years from now, or however many months, days, whatever from now, from that decision that is technically speaking a risk. That is something that's making you get kind of like a fear-based, scarcity-based decision-making kind of thing. So for me, for example, I went and I thought about it to myself. I thought about myself, I think about 5 years, from that point or whatever. But I found a real estate marketing coaching program for my marketing agency because I wasn't making any money. Newsflash, my first year in business, I made $5,845, which is, I could have made more at a full-time job or even a part-time job, actually. And the biggest thing for me was just going and making an investment. This coaching program was $1,000. I had $623 worth of bills due the following week, and I had $120 in my account, and it was either between buying that course or applying for a job. I kid you not, I had on one tab Indeed.com, and then on the other tab the checkout page for that course. So what I ended up doing was something that a lot of people don't do. I looked at it and I said to myself, okay, I'm trying to rationalize not buying this program based purely on fear. I was giving myself every single excuse under the sun. I was like, okay, I could go work a normal job. Sure, I might be in a little bit of debt, but I could pay that debt off, and then I'll have a clean slate in a few months, and it'll be great. It'll be, I can have a better chance of getting this, and maybe I'll get a promotion or a raise, and all these different things to try and rationalize the simple thing that I was afraid of buying this program. I was afraid of taking action. So what I did, I had this Discover credit card, which I'm not going to tell you the numbers to, so don't try and use my info to buy things. You can if you want, but it's okay. So what I did was I went and I got this Discover credit card with a $1,500 limit, and within about, I think it was 5 minutes of activation, I went and bought that program. I bought that coaching program, and I have never devoured information so fast in my entire life. And hell, I was getting a haircut the next day watching those videos, and I was just like, I gotta get this information. I gotta start making money ASAP. And within the following week, before all those bills were due, I made $2,200, which is the most amount of money I had ever made in my life. I think it was exactly like $2,250 or something like that. And I was like, holy hell, I've never made this much money this fast in my life. And now I can pay these bills, I have room to breathe. And for the first time it was probably about 6 months, I could breathe. I could actually go and just enjoy my life for a second and not sit there and be like, holy shit, I can't afford Chick-fil-A, because if you know me, I really wanted to be able to buy all the Chick-fil-A I wanted to, which is best believe that is the first thing I did. I went and rewarded myself and bought Chick-fil-A every single morning for a week and got tired of it and didn't buy it for like 3 months. I was like, holy shit. But that was a really good result. I went and made an offensive action rather than taking defensive action and sitting there being like, oh, well, I'm not gonna buy this course or whatever. I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna jump in all the way. If I lose my money, that's just extra debt I'm in, At this point, just stockpile the debt, baby. We're gonna get a real job and pay it off. But I didn't need to do that, and I haven't had to do that, and I never will again. And maybe it sounds like a bold claim, but for a lot of you are really scared of having to end up back at where you started, or ending up back at being broke, or ending up, sleeping on your parents' couch, or whatever it is. I've heard all sorts of things from all sorts of realtors. I've talked to thousands. I've heard every single story under the sun. And it's really unfortunate because there's a lot of realtors out there who I know have a lot of potential, but it goes wasted because they're making these fear-based decisions. They're saying to themselves, oh, well, I actually don't want to spend money on this marketing because I'm buying this marketing, or I don't want to buy this coach buy this coaching program because I'm already doing X, Y, Z and it's getting me some results, just a few results. But then you have these lofty visions of wanting to scale your business to 6 figures and beyond, which it's not lofty in a bad way. It's not a bad thing to have those visions and want that out of your life. But you have to put in the action that's necessary for it. Now, a lot of people don't do that. They simply just don't. They're scared to, and it usually stems from something small that snowballs into that effect. Because the first small thing, for example, could be, I don't want to, buy a marketing program, or I don't want to buy this coaching program. Those are like the two kind of main things that realtors buy. So I'm not trying to shamelessly plug myself right now, but that's kind of the two things that realtors do. I don't want to do X, Y, Z thing. That's, seems like a lot right now, but in the grand scheme is small. So you waste all this time. And time is a resource that we have a finite amount of, and we will never get back, ever. You cannot get back wasted time. So while you're sitting here making these cold calls and door knocking and working your sphere of influence by posting on your Facebook saying, hey, I'm a realtor, buy, sell, invest with me right now, then all these other people who are running Facebook ads, who are buying coaching programs and learning from people who are experienced, are all out there taking all the money that you could be having. It's not like it's a scarcity thing of like, oh yeah, they're taking your money directly, but they're taking the opportunities that you were losing because you're too busy being afraid. So your biggest step forward should be identifying when you're trying to rationalize these negative decisions and these scarcity-based decisions, these fear kind of defensive things. But you're doing all these things and you're trying to justify how you're making all these fear-based and just scarcity-based decisions, rather than just being like, okay, I'm gonna go take the action that's necessary. I'm gonna go buy this thing. I'm gonna go spend the time doing this, whatever it is, to help upgrade your skill set and upgrade where you're going, to just have those big quantum leaps. You're trying to just really take that leap. And yeah, obviously, leap of faith is a thing, but that's what it is. You're taking a huge leap that, could very well not work out for you. And that's the thing. I bought plenty of programs that I just didn't really like in the end, or they cost me lots of money, like thousands of dollars. And I just say, oh well, okay, I spent a couple $1,000s, I didn't make that much money back or whatever, but I usually take something from it. I take the positive from it. I learned something from those programs. Hell, there are programs where I've never even used some of their lead generation strategies. I just take more of the mindset, and it's helped elevate my business exponentially. There's one name on the top of my head, I'm not gonna name it obviously. They're great guys, great dudes who run it, but I didn't use most of the lead generation strategies they taught me in there. I just took all the mindset and all the sales techniques and all that kind of stuff, implemented it in my business, and it helped me close more deals and help me bring on more agents and ultimately get people more results. Because how you should be waking up every single day is waking up and feeling like you are gifted and entitled to be able to go and help people. It should be your duty and your obligation to want to go and help someone buy a home, sell a home, invest. It doesn't matter whatever it is. You need to be able to wake up like that. And the way you do that is by waking up in abundance. So stop being afraid of fear of loss and use the potential gain as your inspiration to move forward with something. And if you're ever stuck on something, you're just like, I don't know if I should do it or not, just do it. I'll be like Nike for a second. Nike, don't sue me, please. But just do it. Take that leap. And the worst thing that happens, the absolute worst thing, is you just spent some money. Like, stop being so emotionally invested in your money and start being emotionally invested in your business. That's gonna make a massive difference for you. Move from that I'm scared of spending money mindset to I'm happy and optimistic to grow my business, and you will see drastic improvement across the board. So with that being said, I'm gonna leave you guys with that. Any questions for me, shoot me a message, whatever. This is your boy Gary, signing out.